Hey. All right, welcome everyone to the fifth match of the PAGU Pro League between AFK and Shadow Raiders. This particularly was supposed to be the fourth match. It's just that the teams had a bit of a delay that made the match be postponed to a later date. But yeah, it's D-Day and the time has come. And I am here joined with Olympus. How are you doing, Olympus?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You missed yesterday's game. Yesterday's game was fire. Oh my gosh.
It's unfortunate I didn't get to cast it, but I'll watch it and see for myself.
Yeah, indeed. But the games for yesterday was actually pretty shocking because I was expecting the Chiefs team to win like in a dominating fashion, but it looks like with the team Como Tebakiwochi and the four guys they had, they still managed to give Chiefs Esports a run for their money because they gave them a lot of trouble. They really give them a lot of trouble. And that includes their star players, Fazar and Boost. They were really having trouble with the Ethiopian players that were in Team Como yesterday.
That kind of reminds me of the match between Fruits and what was it?
Fruits and EG.
Yeah, Elite Ghost Assassins. Yeah, Fruits were a four-man team, and yet they put up a hell of a fight, and in fact ended up winning.
Exactly. It's very impressive because seeing the teams that are short of like either one person, particularly one person, being four players in game, seem to be giving the other full teams a run for their money.
Yeah, and I don't know whether that comes from overconfidence from the other team.
I think so. I think so. Because the pressure for both teams is quite a lot. And they feel the need to compensate for that. Oh, and
yeah, I think you're right on that.
Oh, and are you seeing this? T-Rex is having the worst ping on the planet. Are you seeing these numbers? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Of course, we'll remind you viewers that as of now, the African region doesn't have data centers for siege.
Ah, yes.
So we have to rely on the ones in Europe, and that could prove a bit of a problem with the connectivity, as you can see the things. However, we'll proceed anyway. Our first map of the night is Bank, and it appears T-Rex has dropped out of the game. We're waiting on a word from the admins whether there'll be a rehost or not.
True that.
5 seconds remaining.
You can see a rather standard setup from the defenders, a Maestro, a Jaeger, and a Mirror. Kind of common when you're defending the
Indeed, yeah.
bottom floor of Bank. And we see Jaeger going for run out. It's not going to be successful, as the attacking team moved their way towards the building.
And here we see Whiplash testing out the Mountain, playing a very swift game. Yeah, looking at Vandako with the Thermite, going in the sewers, droning through the server room, trying to find the bomb site position. Manages to find one. So far, so good. And on other side is the Mirror, and he has to find his way through. Here we have Killer, who just left out of site position. Very risky move he took, and he's very close, moving through the skylight stairs, exposing himself right through that corridor because his back is open and his phone rings. Oh, and Ben 10 takes out Killer. Oh, such swift fashion. Yeah, we have PVT trying to go through. Oh, and Default takes out Banda. PVT here being very, very careful, trying to see how he can move through with no other moves he can make right now. He's trying to drone through in a very...
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Oh, Whiplash here with the sounds of the stun grenades not going through very well. Then the I think that was a mistake. Oh, that didn't go too well for Default. He C4'd himself right off the map. And here, and PVT playing a very interesting game here right now. So there is only Kakashi with the Maestro trying to look for a way to enter that side of the map, knowing that he has only one chance to get in. Can only shoot right through there. Goes round through the secure hallway onto bomb site B. Trying to shoot him with, and the Dokebi trying to shoot him, shoots his shoulders through, with Whiplash trying to protect himself right through, and he knows he has no chance. Kakashi taking very risky chances and being swiftly eliminated from the first round by Ben 10. That was a pretty neat strategy right there. I've seen a lot of players, especially pros, use that strategy where they block the hallway through which, with the Mountain, through which they can plant the diffuser. What did you think of that, Olympus? All right, Olympus going silent on me. That's very sad. I speak like I'm talking to myself. Anyway,
sorry about that. I'm back right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm not sure whether we'll go to a break and have a rehost, given that the teams are most unbalanced, to say the least.
Yes, right now, the teams are not in a good position right now. They are short of
Attackers need to
one
locate
player,
and defuse bombs.
and right now we are trying to find them back. It looks like one of them has completely gone offline because they are not in servers right now. So they are asking for rehosts.
10 seconds left before insertion.
And it does appear that we'll go on a rehost. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
All right.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So okay. So wow. Meanwhile, Guys, we have managed to fix the rehost issue, and all 5 players are there right now. And as you can see,
Right, we're back. And our matchup today is between AFK, that's away from keyboard, the Nigerian team starting on attack, versus Shadow Raiders, the Ethiopians. The lineups coming out from AFK are Whiplash, Vundako, Ben 10, Private, I believe that's what PVT stands for, and Generator Rex.
yes.
The Ethiopians, on the other hand, have brought out Default, Killer, Kakashi, T-Rex, and Fallon.
We've seen the Fallon was not there before, so he's come in. Same as with Generator X.
Protect your bombs from being defused by
So it will be very interesting the value they'll add to both teams. And yes, here going in, we see Kakashi playing as Capcan, playing defense strats right now.
That will be interesting to see where he sets out those EDDs.
Oh yeah, very true, very true.
Devices.
And
which could be quite a big help towards the ends of the round, because they deal so much damage. I believe it's 60 to a 1 armor operator.
Indeed.
And when the attacking team spends too long trying to clear rumors, for example, they could meet that.
Oh boy, oh boy. He's taking the risk of playing from outside. He goes straight. Oh, and Killer took a very high risk there, trying to move right from the skylight stairwell through the door outside to the car park. That was risky. That was risky.
Interesting run out, but I believe this time AFK were ready for it because he attempted it in the first round.
Oh, very true. Yeah,
And
indeed.
there are no casualties as a result of that just yet.
And here we have the T-Rex. He hears the
Loading new magazine.
Fallon right behind the mirror in the secure hallway. Very impatient at this moment right now. Capcan inside the vault entrance. And here, Default sees Killer right through. Default, oh, and he takes out the skylight second floor stairwell camera.
We can push forward.
Generator X is playing Lion, an operator who, after his nerfs kind of fell out of the meta, but still very strong as the first E1D rose, and it catches Kakashi the Capcan. But it appears the attacking team do not capitalize on that just yet.
Oh, and T-Rex takes out Vandako.
And that's the thermite gone as well, with about a minute left to go.
Ben 10 takes out
Ben 10
Killer.
trades it back onto Killer.
Yeah,
Ben 10 himself is injured in the process.
T-Rex is on fire, my god.
He does finish him off and gets a second one onto Private. It's a 2v4, and T-Rex is just tearing this attack apart.
Oh my, wow.
And you can see the
Sensational
diffuser
play.
has been dropped by that hallway.
He almost shoots his teammates. Did you see that? What was that? What was that? What was he up to?
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. The attacker's bomb diffuser has been
Ooh,
dropped.
AFK drops the diffuser. Hold on. A bit excited over there after taking out the remaining team. Fallon waiting for Whiplash. Whiplash being the only player with the Mountain. Going upstairs to the second floor lobby. I believe Montaigne is not that much of a silent player, so they'll actually know his
15
position
seconds to go.
with only 15 seconds right now.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. 10 seconds remaining.
So he knows he has no other way. He'll probably be taken outright from both sides. Oh, and Fallon takes out Whiplash for the Shadow Raiders to win round 2 in such An ambush. Wow. Okay. That's a very interesting strategy by Shadow Raiders. Take out the majority of the players. I think T-Rex was doing most of the work for Shadow Raiders because he took a majority of the teams, like right now, as you see on the scoreboard. 3 kills. 3 is just enough to handicap the other team.
And he was doing that with the FMG9 as well, a weapon you don't see very often. More times you'll see Smoke running the M59 shotgun to do some remodeling around the map. But I guess since they had a mirror, they depended on her shotgun to do most of the work.
Indeed, indeed. So into round, see the 6th pick
Attackers need to locate and defuse as
being
many bombs as they
utilized
can.
yet again. Right now we see Capcan by Kakashi now picking for the cures, and here we have T-Rex, the MVP of the last round.
Bomb located by attackers.
Now it's interesting that those EDDs of Kakashi didn't see much utility last time. That's mostly because the entire attacking team was demolished before they could get to the objective site. And here we see T-Rex and his teammate of Kill attempting a run out. Hopefully AFK will be prepared for it.
Indeed.
And here they go. They peek into the spawn that's
Indeed.
all the way by the southeast and don't see anyone just yet. However, there's one attacker, and in fact downs Killer.
And Killer takes... Ooh.
Bit too ambitious of him. Ben 10 with the first kill of the round. T-Rex decides to fall off. A smart decision indeed, as his team is now at a man disadvantage. However, losing Caveira is not the worst thing in the world.
True.
And of course, at this level of play, Caveira is not picked really for her great weapons. Excuse me, not for her great primary weapon, but because of that secondary weapon that does 99 damage at close range.
Indeed. And here we see the generator Rex droning with all the shots right going through. We have PVT. Oh boy, oh, T-Rex bounced off the server that handicaps the team. Let me see how I can invite him back.
Hopefully he'll be able to join before the next round begins.
Indeed, yes.
And we hit the halfway mark of the round, and it's a 4v3, if I'm not wrong. 5v3, excuse me, as Private is holding a tight angle on that door. And he, in fact, gets disconnected. Oh boy. At a 4v3. Default manages to take out Whiplash to that 416. And he was just momentarily staring at the Broker, he appears not to have seen him. And Fortnite is able to get Generator X, so it's up to the Dokkaebi and the Blitz left. Probably not the two best operators you'd want in this scenario, but let's see if they can pull it out. They work their way down the square skylight, and the Egg of Default calls it out for his team as they hear the loud clumping footsteps of the Mountain.
Oh boy.
One of the logic bombs goes off, and you can see the Mountain easily dispatches that E1D. Sorry, the Blitz of Vandaku, as he's contemplating moving into the objective room right now. It gets smoked off. They'll probably attempt a plant at this point. Jaeger, seemingly being caught unawares, decides to run away into Terrell's office, but Fallon is there to meet him. Ooh. However, Ben 10 was down by an E1D, in fact, and Vandaku is finished by Fallon. It's at a 2-1, Shadow Raiders in the lead.
Oh, indeed. Oh, that is crazy, crazy, crazy. So, right now it looks like the teams have been leveled in even score. So It looks like the teams will play once again 4-3-4. That is matchmaking perfection by Ubisoft.
Unfortunately, we just do not have the infrastructure to host games on good ping right now.
Indeed.
And all we can do is wait as we move into round number 4. Killer this time switching off from the curve onto a frost, and Kakashi on the Capcan. They seem to be going for a trap-heavy defense this time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And of course, we'll remind you these games are brought to you courtesy of PAGU, that is the Pan-African Gamers Union, the organization that has put together these matches and made them possible. We're eternally grateful to you, excuse me. They have provided quite the unique opportunity. We've not seen this sort of setting before, where teams from across Africa, that's what Pan-African means, get to play against each other.
Indeed.
10 seconds to insertion.
And because of that, each and every single one of these matches is entertaining.
Attackers have located a
These
bomb.
teams have never played before, so it's always going to be interesting to see how the rounds play out and how the matches play out, as teams get more used to each other over time. Killer struggling a little bit to those.
Oh my, oh dear.
Them down.
So things not going too well for the Nigerian team, and right now 3 before one of them has disconnected, but I think they might probably be back next game. So
You're having a bit of a dance in that janitor closet right now.
oh boy, if he's not careful, he might even shoot his teammates right in the process.
It appears that's his plan.
Oh boy.
Bomb has been located.
He's trying to even it out just to give AFK some leeway, maybe.
True, very true. Make the game even, I suppose.
How sportsman of him, right?
Oh, very true, very true. At its best, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do in Africa. So Forlorn doing a bit of a Fortnite dance. I think I remember them talking about Fortnite like a few minutes ago. That's should I say shameless plug. So right now Ben 10 in a very impatient motion defaults
to go for pre-fire through the wall, but doesn't catch in the conference just yet. We're left with 1 minute to go, and the attack seems to have stalled out. In fact, hasn't made quite much progress yet. And Ben 10 immediately gets taken down by Fallon. Wandako trades it onto Killer. It's a 2v3 now. And Fallon sees the Monty, but the shield saves him just in time. He teams up with Default, the Jaeger, to try and shoot him down from multiple angles. And the Ying is there to protect him as she runs back to the square skylight. Fallon going for some pre-fires of his own through the janitor closet, doesn't catch in on just yet.
Second floor.
Very sad.
We're left with 20 seconds, and the Shadow Raiders seem to have hunkered down in the objective, not looking too good for AFK.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh. Oh, went Default taking out Whiplash, and that Montaigne with such an ambush of a play. It really looks like Shadow Raiders are taking a very, very aggressive technique here to winning this round. And
bit that those players have not rejoined the lobby, because you can usually reconnect once you drop out of a game.
So it looks like
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
so it looks like there's a suggestion for rehost.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So right now,
10 seconds left.
Of course, we'll remind you that this league is structured around the ESL Pro League format, which has brought with it so many changes that I'm so excited about them. One of them being that the game is now changed from alternating attack and defense, and now it's 5 attack rounds in a row and 5 defense rounds in a row.
Indeed.
And on the defense, once you win on a bomb site, you need to win on 2 other bomb sites before you can return to the first one.
Very true indeed.
A change that forces teams to be a bit innovative on the bomb sites that would have been previously considered unfavorable. Appears that the bandit has taken
and
some
Ben 10,
damage.
okay. So it looks like one of the teammates has committed suicide. And this does not look like a fair fight at all. This is embarrassing, to say the least.
Indeed, again, we do apologize for the disconnection and the connectivity issues we're experiencing. We'll keep reminding you that we do not have data centers for Siege in the African region, so depending on the European ones is proving to be a challenge.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So, and he might have Fallon managed to skip that flash. Ooh, and Van Daffo taking out Fallon. That was not and Shadow Raiders win round 5. Wow. So
it does appear we'll go to a rehost here. Please bear with us and we'll be right back.
we'll be right back. Ah. for entertainment purposes. Okay, I think with that we have come to some a very shocking conclusion to this match, probably being the first of any match in Africa and probably globally. The AFK team have called a forfeit because of lack of players on their roster. It's happened due to technical difficulties. And so that means the Shadow Raiders have won by default. What are your thoughts on that, Olympus?
It's rather disappointing because I was expecting an interesting matchup tonight.
Yeah.
But when the technology fails you, it fails you. There's not much you can do, really.
There's not much you can do.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. This is actually very embarrassing also, to say the least, because this is what happens, especially when you don't have things like servers that are close enough for everyone to enjoy a good game. So there was a lot of disconnections and the like. So yeah, I guess that was the conclusion of the game. So Shadow Raiders by default will move to the winners bracket and AFK move to the losers bracket. So guys, that is it for the live stream. Thank you for watching. I know this is gonna be talked about everywhere in the blogs and whatnot. So yeah, remember also to keep tabs with the remaining matches. There is a match that is supposed to be coming up in the next few days. That is between Avion Sports and X Mafia. I think that one will be much more interesting, to say the least. So yeah. Any parting shots, Olympus?
Ubisoft, please. If you're listening, please. You told us in February that Africa would be getting a data center,
and it's
we've not heard of anything ever since. So yeah, please, if you could just give us some information, we'd really appreciate it. We'd also really appreciate the data centers because it would make this league all the more competitive and interesting.
Yes.
Again, I'm disappointed that we didn't get to see a match, but yeah, that's all. That's it for me.
All right. I think I will also echo the same sentiments. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe to the PAGU channel. Keep tabs to other videos. Put your notifications on to see whether there is any live stream or game that is happening live. And yes, with that, see you in the next game and take care, people.